Hey guys, welcome back to some more AFK Arena. Today we're back over on the test account and the Misty Valley is up with the new iteration with all the changes from the patch. So I want to run through here, see exactly what we're getting with this update because they said the loot was updated. I don't know if that means that we're going to be getting more essentially levels because we know, I believe it goes to chapter 45 right now is where the rewards stop in the Misty Valley. And I don't know if they revamped anything else because it looks pretty much the same. So I'm assuming there's probably the same 20 floors that are through here. And it looks very similar, even looking at the chest. So we still do have the amount, and this goes through chapter 45. But you'll notice right off the bat, there are insignias in here. So there are draconic insignias. Let me hop out of here and let's go through here and see, because I'm trying to remember exactly what the Misty Valley did have before. So that is normal loot in here. Diamonds, okay, that looks normal. Time emblems. So we have time emblems pretty early on. I don't think there was time emblems in there before. Then we do have some more chests, which again, red chests and elemental cores were pretty common. We have some tier stones. There's our red chests and our baits. Our regular stones. Now this, of course, was choosing a hero. Here we have some cores and some red chests. So really picking what you need. Red chests and then some more cores. Red chest. Now there are draconic scrolls. So it looks like they are adding the draconic scrolls a little bit earlier, tier 4 stones. Red chest. Then we have some more cores, stargazer scrolls and regular scrolls. And we do have the epic emblem chest. And look at that, more draconic scrolls. And here again, tier 4, we got some more baits, red chests, and then some more epic emblem chests. Some more just really basic, and then we do have insignias. So there is, and they did add insignias. I think we can also look through it because I think these, again, I think these all remain the same. So no update to the basic chests or the stage rewards. The selectable rewards, yeah, chapter 17. Looks like these first three are 17, 19, 21, 23, 25. So pretty much every two. 29 gives you that hero reward. So they did add in their draconics. I mean, that's really it. So at 35, you get some more draconic scrolls. A little bit further down here, again, some more draconic scrolls. And then we do get some insignias and some scrolls. Now, I thought we got 10. I thought for some reason, chapter 45 was 10 draconic scrolls. It might have been 5. I might be making it up. Now, I tried to do kind of a side-by-side comparison. Unfortunately, the treasure trove or the Misty Valley is down on the global servers right now. It is the cycle. So we should see this pretty soon, but we do have the epic emblem chest, which I love. And then we do have the draconic scrolls. So overall, guys, there's a couple things that, as much as I like it, as much as I see the changes, is when you start looking at draconic heroes, they are still too expensive. When you look, again, kind of fundamentally, trying to go in here with the wish list, trying to get, the two draconic heroes that are really being used, giving us access to another, 15 scrolls in its entirety. And honestly, to get those last 5 scrolls, you'd be absolutely crazy short of getting the insignias. Picking up the insignias versus the scrolls in their entirety. Again, having the ability to get some of these draconic heroes built out of here, getting additional copies, are really going to make the big difference. Now, of course, when it comes to building these out, when it comes to getting them, they just have to be cheaper. And there we go, guys. There's a copy of Halia. But at 5,000 diamonds a summon, it is too much. It needs to be a little bit cheaper. I know they're right on par with what we have with the Celestials and the Hippo heroes for the regular Draconic heroes. However, the sheer cost of getting these is much higher, a lot more difficulty when we went in here and did summons. In addition, when you start looking at the ability, because now you're really cutting your resources between doing the Stargazer or doing the Draconic summons in here within the Dragon Heart Temple or the Dragon Pagoda. It really makes a big difference because you're splitting all of your resources. You don't have the ability to build them. Now, I do like, again, the adjustments. They're starting to add them in little by little to different places. And honestly, the Field of Stars needs an update. In my opinion, guys, Ancora needs arcane staffs, and it needs the ability to get some more insignias in the entirety in here. More draconic scrolls, even if they did draconic scrolls and insignias and really focused on doing the arcane staff somewhere else, it would make a really, really big difference. Now, there are a lot of places within AFK Arena that I feel like they really have forgotten, which is kind of sad, but there are a lot of places. And we know coming up on Tuesday is going to be the Ghoulish Gallery. It is going to be the south part of the Ghoulish Gallery. I have to mention it because I do not want players to go in here and I do not want them to use all of the resources, all of their bizarre totems. I'm going in here waiting to see what the impact of these new ones are. And honestly, I feel like the Isold one and the Thane one are going to be the really big ones. Now, also, there's a new Thrilling Voyage that is coming up, which again is coming up within the next few days. Within the Fantastic Beasts, we have the Treasure Tales. I'm going in and again finishing this, making sure that you get all of your baits in the entirety. And we really do focus on getting baits up to 18 and getting them up much faster because of things like the new beasts that we have in here. When you start looking at the Trickery chest, it's super broken. It's very, very broken. I feel like the Trickery chest, they are going to replace some other beasts that we have in there. Now, of course, the Joyous Roamer was in here. We can go ahead and quick upgrade. But looking at, again, the power and really the power creep of the new beasts that we're seeing, making sure, again, that you're building these out, that you have the ability to train them because they are going to be used in some of the new content. This one seems probably the most and highest broken beast that we've seen, which again is kind of crazy. Then, of course, we have the Dimensional Exchange. That is going on right now, getting all of these chests in the entirety. And I believe we have another like 2 weeks, or what do we have, 9 more days till we can exchange these. I'm kind of waiting because we have 60 to 60 on here. Those are already kind of maxed out. Then the rest of what we have in here are just sitting in the chests, sitting in, really waiting to be redeemed. Now, in addition, we also do have everything that we're getting from the Ghoulish Gallery. We're getting these Legendary Bizarre Totem cards. You have to go in here. You have to get them. You can't just do collect all. But this is 3 of 5, so I feel like they're giving us 5 of our Legendary Bizarre Totem cards. They're giving us 50 of the Arcane Staffs, and then they're giving us 10 of these Secret Invitations. In addition, what we looked at earlier today, the Reinforced, the Exploration is going to be up as well, so you have the ability to get a little bit more of your essence in there to be able to hopefully build out a couple more collections. I know they're very, very expensive to build out, but overall the collections are what is going to be very important. And even looking here, we do not have any of the 3 new collections in here. So we're going to go through, and I'm wondering even, let's do a run in here. You know what? I really don't play on the test server. Let's hop in here. Let's get Isold. Now, thinking of Isold, so we have the Warrior, which of course, right here's the Warrior Blessing. So when we're doing a legendary or higher tier exploration of Warrior collection, which we're doing, you have 10% chance of acquiring a replica, which would be good. We have Miracle Worker. Do we have a level? Yeah, let's go ahead and do this. Miracle Worker and then a level. Now on here, I do not believe I have any cards at all. We have none in there. I don't even think we've really done this. No. Look at this, guys. We don't have any of these. We haven't even used 20 Bizarre Totems on here. And again, I really don't play this. Let's go ahead and run through this and see kind of what it looks like. So that did give us a custom attack scroll. Okay, so we'll start there. So let's go ahead. Quick Explorer. We have to do this 5 times before you get the Quick Explorer. Let's see what we get out of this one. So very random group in there. So we got some Celestials. We do have Daemon in there as well. Wow, you know what? Since we have Daemon, let's go Greyborn and Celestial. I try to stay to 2 specific factions in here. That way we don't have to kind of go back and forth. So let's put a tank up front. We can put a tank up front. We'll put our support in the back with Mihira. Now this, like I said earlier, you have to go through. You can auto it. There's crit damage amplification. There's a copy of Pharrell. So again, I feel like we're going to have a couple more of our Greyborn heroes. And we'll just focus on Greyborn. You know what? Let's focus on building out Greyborn. Now, anytime that you can level up one of your heroes, 100% get the higher level versus getting more heroes. It is really, really a big difference in there. There is a green attack that goes to level 2. Anytime you can go legendary, you can go mythic, you can go ascended. Again, making sure that you do get and focus on. Now, there's a blue buffer there that takes the collection to level 3. Now, remember, there's a lot of levels on here. So 30% more damage. Swapping ritual. Let's go ahead and buff up the attack. We'll swap this one around. Now, remember, they also did lower the chance or the ability to find, and you know what? I might go with a tank versus having, you know what? I'm going to stick with just one. I'm going to stick with building up one. So there's Nara. Pharrell's going to be crazy already. Hopefully Pharrell can hold it down, guys. And who do we have? So we have, again, another Hypo. Not going to start breaking into the Maulers in there. But we are going to have to swap this. I feel like maybe we just drop Pharrell up front. You know what? For the crowd control, there's a little bit of insight. I'm just kind of curious what this is going to look like when it comes to what we pull out of here, what we pull out of a standard collection with 3 mythic totems. Because I know, guys, it is super, super RNG. This is probably the absolute biggest RNG place that we have. There is a full buffer, got another level. Ghoulish Gallery level 3. We'll go with Phalanx. 20% Magic Pierce and Physical Pierce at the beginning. Of course, we have a Thalia. You know what? I don't want to get into the Maulers or the Wilders in there. I feel like, you know what? Ulna might be a good combination in there. But I think I might have to drop a Thalia in here. Got to get a couple of these. Now, a Thalia I love because you have the ability to target whoever you want to. A Thalia is a really big hero to get in here. And there's an orange. So we did get a legendary ability right there. Got some additional defense. Boom, Ulna. Now remember, Ulna, if she gets the 9 of 9 furniture, is pretty broken. It is pretty broken with that 9 of 9 furniture in there. Let's see, because I know Eron's going to pull us in. We still do have a lot, so there's a blue erosion, another level on our ability. And we have, again, another Ulna. I think one more level. So let's drop Ulna in here. You know what? Let's drop Damon. Let's drop Oden. Yeah. That way we can kind of hold it against Brutus. Another green defense in there. We have Mihiro. We have the twins again. I'm trying to get more levels on these guys versus getting more in the entirety. Let's go with Athalia. Because we know right now there's an HP. There we go. There's the 9 of 9 furniture. So that is going to provide the immunity to the other hero that we have in here. That's going to make a big difference. Now, of course, Athalia. We have Athalia and Athalia. Yeah, focusing on specific heroes does make a big difference. So we don't want that one. Crumbling Stone when we get crowd control. Or I think that was a critical hit. Who do we have? We have Oden. Oh, let's go for the 60 in there. Oden of the twins. Let's go. Greyborn. Refresh. Let's refresh the proficiency. All right, a little bit of tenacity in there. I think we're doing pretty well. Let's drop out Damon. There we go. I feel like we might have to swap damage resistance right there. It was a blue. I feel like we might have to swap out Mihira in here, but we got a pretty strong 5-person team. We have Mihiro, we have Athalia. Athalia will delete teams, even though it's the original Athalia, guys. It's pretty strong. So there we have Raku. Boom, another tenacity. Come on, where we need some more. Oh, keep getting all the heroes that we're not really looking for. There's Damon in there. Now we did have Damon. Could have probably got Zaf in there. Still getting through. Now, of course, they didn't make this incredibly difficult. I know going through Forge Ritual. Let's go ahead and create this one. And look, that gives us, an ability to possibly get a mythic ability. Okay, so that is a new one. Oh, I wish I would have looked at. There's Tenacity again. That did give us the ability to look at this. We don't want... I guess Pharrell's going to be the carry in here through these boss battles. Maybe if he can do it. Crit damage amplification. We're only on floor 7. Shield 50%. One attack rating up to 20%. Sure. What do we got? So there is, again, let's drop in Mihira, because Mihira we do have in the back. Now, I know Mihira at a basic level does work incredibly well. Let's drop Zap in here. That way we got the 3 bonus. Now, I know we do have the Greyborns. There is a defense. Can we get lucky in here? Now, we have Zap again. Right, up to mythic. So tenacity, let's see. So refresh. This is just going to give us again another one. Full attack. Invisibility +2, so back to 10. Go with Athalia. Stats make a big difference for how effective Athalia is in here. A little bit of dissolve. There we go. Level 9 infused mind core. All right, so who did we? Let's do Damon. Start to get some boss battles. Let's. Oh, Verk's going to trap us. Come on. I don't think I've lost any of these battles. I think when you lose, I think it's over. I think it is game over when you lose this. All right, there's another attack. Now, replica, let's see. So full attack gives us the ability. Oh, so this is just replica. So the other one was a level up. There we go. So that gave us another full attack in here. So let's go with Zaf in this one. Wins Athalia. You know what? We don't need the 60 there. We can use that 60 on Athalia. This is the reason why you only have to do this 5 times, guys. It takes a long time to get through here. There's a little dissolve. Another boss battle. Let's take out Belinda. I think we're on floor number 9, so we still have one more floor. I guess Mahira, because that's the only one that we got. Give that, you know what? Let's go here. Max out in its entirety. All right, refresh. Let's go for, you know what? Let's go for the proficiency. To a damage resistance, not too bad. All right, zap up a little bit higher. They're starting to get engraved, so they are getting a lot stronger in there. Second damage resistance. We have a lot of oranges, no reds as of yet. Still waiting for a couple reds. Let's have Athalia take out Iran. I don't know. There we go. So there's a damage resistance. There is a mythic ability. All right. So far, so good. I mean, that's a lot of damage resistance, a lot of tenacity. Seems like we're getting a lot more. Seems like we're getting a lot more pulse. Chaos Ritual. Quality of each tier of abilities will not change, but the ability types will be reset randomly. You know what? Out of everything we have, let's reset this puppy. Wow, you want to talk about adding some RNG in here? Holy hell. Because that went to full erosion from damage. You just swapped everything in there. Ooh, that is insane. So if you're running through here and you're running a pretty crappy collection, you can throw the RNG gods into there like crazy. That is insane. That is crazy. Because literally, we just reset everything that we had. I don't know if that was good or bad. That was pretty crazy. And there's an erosion. I know we have a couple more levels here. There's a full erosion, so we did get 2 mythic abilities in here. And this should be the final one. Let's take out Leica in the top. Wow, yeah, that's pretty crazy. There's a full defense. Let's end this. And it gave us the level up. Now, unfortunately, we did not get a second level up in there. And we don't have the card. In here, what do we got? We got 1 skill level up. And then again, this is going to be an erosion set. You know what? I'm going to use this. Again, we really don't play on the test server, but I'm going to go for erosion. We'll drop another erosion in here. And you know what? Let's do full erosion. Why not, right? We have a buffer. We have a buffer. You know what? I'm going to go buffing. Again, looking at the defense, we could do a couple full defenses. We could do a couple different things. But you know what? I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to leave that on there. Unfortunately, we did not get the level up. There we go. 3 abilities. Don't want to recast it later. And unfortunately, we only got that skill level 1. We did not get the skill level 2. And this, again, this is just a stupid collection to build for this specifically. Yeah, that gave us all of those 20 more staffs in there. Wow, guys, that was literally the biggest RNG thing that I think I've ever seen within here. All right, guys, so that's going to do it for today's video. Let me know in the comments what you guys think. And as always, thank you guys for watching.